Everyone, in this video, we're going to solve more problems in limiting reactant. So this is a problem number 3. If 20 grams of sodium hydroxide react with 30 grams of sulfuric acid to produce sodium sulfate, which reactant is limiting? So let's begin. First step, we need to write the reaction first. So from sodium hydroxide reacts to sulfuric acid. So sodium hydroxide plus sulfuric acid reacts to sodium sulfate plus water. Alright, this is not completely balanced, so you write a 2 coefficient here and then 2 here. So it's perfectly balanced. And we have a 20 grams of sodium hydroxide here. So mass of sodium hydroxide is equals to 20 grams of sodium hydroxide. And then the mass of sulfuric acid is equals to 30 grams of sulfuric acid. So 30 grams of sulfuric acid. And then, which reactant is limiting? So, second step is we need to get the moles by each compound. So, moles of sodium hydroxide is equals to 20 grams of sodium hydroxide times 40.01 grams of sodium hydroxide and 1 mole of sodium hydroxide. So you need to cancel out their grams. On the left is moles. So 20 divided by 40.01 is equals to 0.4998 moles of sodium hydroxide. And we need to get the moles of sulfuric acid. So we have a 30 grams here. So 30 grams of sulfuric acid times 98.1 grams of sulfuric acid and then 1 mole of sulfuric acid. Then cancel out. So N of sulfuric acid is equals to 30 divided by 98.1. 0.3058 moles of sulfuric acid. Okay? Which is lesser? The less number, which is sulfuric acid. So let's get again the moles of sodium hydroxide. So the moles of sodium hydroxide is equals to 0.3058 moles. 0.3058 moles of sulfuric acid times the ratio. We have a 1 mole of sulfuric acid here. 1 mole of sulfuric acid. And then 2 moles of sodium hydroxide. 2 moles of sodium hydroxide. So cancel out. So equals N of 0.3058 times 2 is equals to 0.6116 moles of NaOH. So we have 0.6116 moles is greater than here, which is 0.4998, 0.4998, 0.4998 moles. So the limiting reactant, therefore, sodium hydroxide is the limiting reactant. Or LR. While sulfuric acid is the exist reactant, or ER. Right? That's all. This is your final answer. Okay. How about in problem number 4? What reactant is limiting if 3000 ml of chlorine gas at STP reacts with a solution containing 25 grams of sodium bromide? So, first step again is you need to write the reaction again from number 4. So we have sodium bromide and a chlorine gas will react. So balance equation again. Sodium bromide plus chlorine gas reacts to sodium chloride plus bromine gas. So this is not balanced yet, and you write 2 coefficient here and then 2 here. So it's completely balanced. And then we have a given here a volume of chlorine gas here, which is 3000 ml. So the volume of chlorine gas here is equals to 3000 ml. Right? What reactant is limiting? So, limiting again, reactant. So, let's calculate the moles of reactant. And then we have a given here at 25 grams of sodium bromide. Here. Mass of sodium bromide is equals to 25 grams. And then, let's calculate. So from moles of chlorine gas is equals to 3000 ml times 22.4 liters of chlorine gas, and then 1 mole of chlorine gas times 1 liter over 1000 ml. Then cancel out ml, and the liters too cancel, and the left is moles. So N of Cl2 is equals to 3000 divided by 22.4 divided by 1000 is equals to 0.1339 moles of chlorine gas. And the moles of sodium bromide equals to 25 grams of sodium bromide times the molecular weight of sodium bromide, which is 102.9 grams of sodium bromide, and then 1 mole of sodium bromide. And then cancel out grams. "25 divided by 102 is equals to 0.2450 moles of sodium bromide." And then, which is less number, which is the chlorine gas, the less number. So let's get again the moles of sodium bromide. So 0.1339 moles of chlorine gas times in the reaction, which is 1 mole. So 1 mole from 1 mole of chlorine gas, and then 2 moles of sodium bromide. So 2 moles of sodium bromide. Okay, cancel out. So N of sodium bromide is equals to 0.1339 times 2 is equals to 0.2678 moles of sodium bromide. And then let's compare the moles from 0.2450 moles of sodium bromide and 0.2678. So 0.2678 moles is greater than 0.2450 moles. So the limiting reactant is sodium bromide and the exist reactant is the chlorine gas. They exist. Alright, that's all. Please like and subscribe.